I want to tell you guys a quick story. Last semester, when I was, in classes and doing math and things like that, I would see a young lady in my math class. And this girl, I swear, man, she would get A's on every test. Either 100 or one question wrong, and she'd get all the quizzes right. She'd get great grades. I mean, this girl, was the top of our class. And I was thinking, man, I need to sit, I need to sit by her, man. She's pretty smart or whatever. And every time I see her, she'd be in the hallway or she'd be in the we have what's called a math learning center, and you can go in there and practice your math, and you got a tutor and stuff like that. And every time I go in there, she'd be in there already, and she'd be in there longer than I'd stay, And this semester, I finally got a chance to talk to her. And I've talked to her before, but I really got a chance to sit by her and watch her work. And this whole time, man, I'm thinking this girl is just the smartest girl. I was like, you got to be so smart, man, to be getting this math, because sometimes I struggle with it, with the calculations and the formulas and memorizing all these different things. And this girl just aces every test and quiz, and she never struggles on her homework. And I'm just like, man, this girl's real smart. So this semester, like last week, I sat by her in the math learning center. And I just like, man, I got to see, maybe she can help me. We know each other. We've seen each other before. And man, this really hit me like a bag of bricks. We were talking and stuff, and she was talking about math and everything else, and she was just doing her homework. And she was struggling on one of the questions, and it was a word problem question in algebra. And I'm sitting there looking at the question, and to me it was a pretty easy question, but she just didn't understand it. It was a mixture problem. So she raised her hand and asked the teacher to come over, and he's trying to explain it to her. And basically, to make a long story short, she just did not get it. She could not understand it. So the teacher goes, okay, it was like a juice mixture problem or something like that. So she goes, all right. The teacher goes, all right, well, how much juice is in water? What percentage of juice is in water? That's how simple he had to try to break it down to her. And I told him, I said, there's no juice in water. It's 100% water. And she was like, what do you mean? I don't get it. And I'm looking at this girl like, now I'm paraphrasing here. It was really simple. And I'm like, you don't understand? You don't get that? And she was like, no, I just don't understand it. And then there was a couple other problems she was struggling on. And I was just like, man, this girl ain't smart. She's not as smart as I thought. I just thought this girl was really, really smart. So once the teacher left, I said, let me ask you a question. I said, what happened? Like how, I don't want to call the girl stupid or anything. I said, what happened? Why did you struggle? She goes, why were you struggling at? She says, well, honestly, Jerry, I'm not good at math at all. I am just terrible at it, and I'm not smart. I've always struggled, all through high school. I was in, slower classes and remedial classes, and I barely graduated. And I'm just, this stuff just does not come easy to me. And I was like, wow. She's like, yeah, this really struggle. I said, I thought you were the smartest person in the class. She goes, no. She goes, actually, I have a learning disability, and I'm not that smart at all. And I'm thinking this whole time. Now remember, this girl was in my math class last year, and she, passed the class at the top. She was the number one person in our class. And I asked her, I said, how do you do it? She says, honestly, it's I just really, really work really hard at it. I mean, I work extremely hard at it. And I'm sitting there thinking like, wow. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't the smartest person in the world, but I think I'm pretty smart. And I know that I don't have the disadvantages that this young lady has. But she's getting better grades than me. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. If there's anything in your life that you're struggling with to do what you want, I don't know what it is that you want to do. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again, you can do it. There's so many different things in life that you can accomplish, but you have to focus on what you want to do. But you got to put the work in, man. And I've said this once, and I'll say it again. You got to work hard. I mean, this girl, I couldn't, if I didn't see it, I would have not have believed it. This girl, like I said, I'm not going to call anybody stupid. She this most simplest thing she just couldn't understand. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, all these math formulas, all these tough formulas, and she understood it. And the reason why she did it is because she kept doing it over and over and over again. And I was watching the Michael Jordan special with Ahmad Rashad last night, and it hit home with me again. He says, you know, they were talking about how he succeeded and things like that, and the reason why, because he put the work in. You know, he practiced like the game, you know, just like the real game. So when the real game situation came up, it wasn't no big deal because he's done it hundreds and thousands of times before. You know, and that's what you need to do. If there's something that you're struggling with, you know, you can overcome that and you can do it. You know, but you got to put the work in and you got to do it and beat it down over and over and over again. All the greatest people, the greatest players, the greatest whatever they are great at, you know, they had a sick work ethic. You know, look at Will Smith. You know, all you got to do is go to YouTube and pull up Will Smith and see what he talks about. He talks about the same exact thing. The man basically said, you know, he's not the most, you know, talented person in the world, because talent and skill are different. Skill is something you work at. Talent is something you're born with. And he basically said the reason why he succeeds because his skill and his work ethic is so ridiculously crazy. He said, I never forget this. He said all he knows is you can take the best runner, the best conditioned athlete. He says if me and him get on the treadmill together at the same time, he's going to get off before me. He says, because I'm willing to die before I get off that treadmill, before you beat me. You know, this guy has a sick work ethic. And you look at all the great people, like I said before. But you got to put the work in, man. So remember, guys, whatever it is that you're focused on, make sure you put the work ethic. You have the work ethic, and you do what you need to do to get it done. All right? Thanks, guys. Take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you soon. And don't forget, if you can believe it, you can do it. Thanks for watching. You guys know I appreciate it. And remember, folks, always treat people how you want to be treated, and everything will be okay. This is NBA Jerry, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.